Woo! I got a story to tell you. What's up, folks? Welcome back to another video for the future 1%ers and anybody else trying to achieve that financial freedom. Now, it's been a long time since I did a video in front of this board, at least it feels like it, and it's for good reason. Look, business was booming this year, okay? Everything went good out in the real world. We've been super busy. The season's slowing down now, so I can put a little bit more attention and focus back onto the YouTube channel, continue to drop this gold information, hopefully helping you guys out. If you've been following this channel for a while, then you know that I believe that building the brand and creating social proof is the most important piece of your business, at least if you're in the home service industry. I've been able to do that over the last few years, so now we're taking on better jobs. Our average ticket price has gone up. We're doing work for high quality customers, okay? People with a lot of money. But you know what they say, more money, more problems. Now, what I've learned, man, is that there's some real loonies out there, okay? Especially with money. Money can really do something to people's minds. And I don't know what it is. It's not a lot of people. It's not most of people. I would say, in my experience, about 98, 99% of people have been good people, good to work with. But it only takes one bad apple to ruin the bunch. Real quick, I got a new series coming onto this channel, Fixing Subscribers Facebook Ads. Okay, it's a free service. I'm just gonna make a video out of it. If you want to be a part of that series, go ahead and drop the comment gold. Y'all know the drill. Just drop the comment gold. The comment gold will go into all the comments will go into a random comment selector, randomly picked. The winner, I'll contact you. Then you contact me. We'll get the Facebook thing together. We'll go over what you got going on. I'll get in your ad manager and I'll fix up your ads for you. I'll do it live, or we can record it. We can post it to this channel afterwards and give anybody else that needs that information a chance to see that information. So if you want a chance to be a part of that series, we already got one coming up here pretty soon. I just got to finish editing and then drop that. But if you want to be next, drop the comment gold right there in the comment section. People that try not to pay you, people that try to gyp you, get discounts at the last second, people that try to get you to do all the work and then pay you because they got the power, I can get you more job, whatever the case may be. It's a bunch of nonsense, man. And honestly, I'm a young man in their eyes. I just turned 26 years old, so they look at me as inexperienced. And I'm sure a lot of you guys deal with that as well if you're relatively new in the service industry. As they should. That's not a bad thing. Most people don't know what they're doing, especially if they're young. But that's why the onus is on us to be exceptional in every single thing that we do, so we can combat that. We throw that out the window. Oh, you don't think I can do it? Okay, well, here's 15 examples of me doing this last week. All right, that's the kind of energy that we got to bring towards the table. And not only the energy, but also the product. But even when you do everything right, there's still a small segment of people that just love to take advantage. They just love to get the upper hand. Whatever this case is, I don't know what it is about them. I'm not built like that, but they want to, I'm just going to use the phrase, take advantage, man. They want to do everything they can and take every dollar out of your pocket and put it back into theirs. So this video is about combating the loony people who's going to try to play these games with you, man. And of course, when you're doing $600 jobs and less, you're not really going to deal with that many people who are picky, you know. Oh, we're just helping to do that. You give him a little money, he's gonna do the job. When you move up into that multiple $1,000 range, now the quality has to go up, and also the stakes increase, not only for you, but for the customer as well, which means that you have to take extra precautions to make sure that you are safe. Before we go over the solutions to the problem, let's make sure that we understand who we're dealing with first, okay? These are some of the, and you're not gonna see this in every single person. Some people it'll show a little bit after you start the job. Some people you'll see it right away, all right? It really depends on the person and who you're dealing with. But whenever you run into these kind of untrustworthy people, they all kind of give away these same signs, at least to me. This is what I've seen in my own experience. This is what I've seen pretty much all year long. Now, the first sign, the biggest one that I've noticed, that you're dealing with a pain in the butt customer, somebody who's going to give you a hard time or going to make it difficult for you to collect payment, whatever the case is, it's going to be an issue, okay, is mental distress, all right? If they call your phone and they call you panicking, oh, you know, something's going on, I'm freaking out, okay, hang up the phone. Okay, no, don't hang up the phone on them, but just understand that this is one of those situations where you're running into a real problem. Some people are extremely laid back. Some people don't really care. All right, some sidings look like crap for 15 years. The homeowner never looked at it. Okay, some people could have a speck of dust on their siding and have a heart attack. All right, you got to watch out for those people who freak out about nothing. And it sounds maybe kind of stupid, but this is just the reality, man. You could end up in a situation doing some work for somebody who cannot be satisfied. Some people literally are not happy with anything in their lives. Now, understand, these can be your customers as well. All right, they're blending into the population. Some customers will be like this. If they call you talking about, I'm suing this other contractor for the work that they just did, and I want you to come in and fix their work and you know, make it all better, make it perfect, make it look like new, yada, yada, yada. Look, I'm out immediately. Okay, if someone calls me and saying they're suing somebody for something that they did, I understand that's probably justifiable. But if you guys couldn't come to an agreement, then that's an issue. And of course, it can be on the contractor side, but it could also be on the homeowner side. Some people are just sue happy. They like to sue, they like to do things to just because they can, man. I don't get it, but you got to do what you got to do, I guess. But just watch out for the people that are mentally distressed. They're speaking too fast, their mind's everywhere. They call you 5 times a day and they get a hold of you real quick. These people are usually not who you want to work with. Another sign is somebody who is extremely slow to pay you. Now this year my clause was 50% after the first day of work. So as soon as we show up to the job, I'll take your money, then we'll finish the rest of the job. And then you pay the rest of the balance afterwards, or we'll break it up after that. But it's 50% starting the job across the board. Sometimes it's a little bit higher depending on who I'm dealing with, just because of these situations right here. But make sure you're taking that money up front for sure. Most of you guys already know this, but understand, if you tell them that we need a deposit after the first day of work, same day as the first day of work, and they don't pay you until the next day or 2 days after that, guess what? You have a problem. Now that 50% now and 50% after the job is done, that needs to change to 50% now, 25% after the second phase of the job, 25% after the job's done, or 30-20, you know, whatever it is to protect you. Because understand, they want this job done, but they don't want to pay you. Okay, something's going on in their head where they're holding on to that money. They might not have all the funds there, which is a situation that I run into. We'll talk about that a little bit later in this video. They might just be trying to scam you. They might have done the research and know these little loopholes that they can do to take advantage of you and your business. These people exist, man, so you really got to be careful and be ready to protect yourself when these situations arise. And the best way to protect yourself in this situation is to be proactive, not reactive. If you're in a situation where you did all the work and they only gave you 50% of the money, what are you gonna do? You can't do anything. You can take them to civil claims court. You're gonna spend just that amount of money, if not more, collecting the money. All right, and they might not even pay you still. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just like, it's a lot of things. There's a lot of debts out there that are unpaid and they get sold to other collectors. All right, that's how this stuff happens. Another sign is asking for discounts, okay? Immediately asking for discounts. These honestly are my least favorite customers to work with, because right off the bat, they're saying that, hey, look, I know you're gonna do this and you're gonna do a good job and I want to work with you, but can you just give me a discount? I don't wanna pay you all the money that you think that this project's worth. I don't wanna give you the value that you think that you're worth for this project, you know? And to me, it's really disrespectful, because you can just be like, you know, you can say no and they'll still hire you. But most young men that grew up in my era that are doing this kind of stuff, we're not really pieces of crap. You know, we're gonna be friendly, we're gonna be jovial. We can talk to people, okay? We can sympathize with people, we can empathize with people, which is a big weakness in business on the grander scale. Understand that the biggest corporations in the world, they'll fire you. They don't ask you why you're late, they don't ask you what happened, they just fire you. Okay, the problem, and I'm gonna get to this a little bit more on this side with the solutions, you can't be too personable with these people. The ones asking you for discounts think that you're personable, okay? You have to take off the hat of I'm the business and put on the hat of I'm the employee, I'm the technician here. I don't have anything to do with that stuff here. Understand, if they're asking you for a discount right off the bat, there's already something that's going on their head. They don't walk into Walmart asking for a discount. They don't walk into the clothing store asking for a discount. They see you and they're looking like, oh, okay, this is prey, let me get a discount. There's a lot of other things that you can notice. Some people just won't even shake your hand. They might give you that little side eye look, you know. I mean, it could be a whole bunch of other things that you seem like, what's wrong with you? You know, like what's the big deal? Do you want me to do this work or not? You called me, don't hit me like I'm the crook or I'm doing something wrong to you. You know what I'm saying? You looked up my website, you saw my reviews. I don't know you. You're the stranger here. You're the unpredictable variable. Over the last 3 months, I've had different customers do this to various different degrees. And I don't know if it's because my prices went up on my jobs. I don't know if it's because I'm more solo, because, you know, it's tough to find good help. You guys know this. Even if the help you do find, I mean, hey man, I feel like I'd rather just do it by myself sometimes. Regardless, I've seen a lot of this over the last few months, and we just knocked out a deck. When I say we, I mean me. I had somebody help me for like 4 hours and I did the rest of it, but we just did the deck. You know, I give this lady a price for the deck. She had 2 decks, one in the front, one in the back. I think the original quote was about $2,500, $2,600 or something like that. And she asked for a discount. Boom, right there. I knew. I was like, ah. But guess what? I predicted this. Okay, I already loaded the quote, so I can give a discount. That's something that goes on the solution side. Be prepared for these people to ask you for a discount, so you can say, oh, okay, yeah, I'll give you a discount, whatever the case may be. But she asked for the discount right off the bat. You know, I'm like, okay, all right, we'll do the discount for you right off the bat. Something that I do not recommend that you do. Seriously, don't give discounts unless, you know, you want to be elderly, 5% discount, $50 discount, military discount if you want to. You know, it's up to you, but I'm really not in the game of discounts anymore. I'm not in the game of being friendly with my customers anymore. That's just where I'm at this point, at least in the home service industry, because they just really don't get it, man. I just be honest with you, they don't get it. But we show up to do the work at the deck. We get everything clean, knock it out. Everything's all nice, fine and dandy. She asked me about a house wash. We do a house wash for her. I explained to her, oh, look, this is what's gonna happen with the house wash. A little bit of oxidation on the siding, yada, yada, yada. It wasn't bad at all. We do the house wash, knock the house wash off. Let me take a step back. We did the deck. I required the 50% after the first day of the deck. She waited a day. To pay the 50%. And right there, I'm just like, okay, all right, this better not happen again. We knock out the house wash. She freaks out, flips out, because there's oxidation underneath her, or underneath all that mud, dirt, algae that was on her house. You know, she just bought the house. They didn't take care of it before. I explained to her what the situation is. I explained to her that what we did not cause the oxidation on your house. All we did was reveal it. We didn't etch up the oxidation or anything like that. I know how to wash a house, but she's freaking out, you know, and I educate her and I urge her to do her own research to understand that this is not a result of our cleaning process. We use the same chemicals and the same cleaning methods, soft washing, that pretty much all the industry professionals use. She's freaking out. I say, okay, hey, look, we can get rid of the oxidation. Here's the price. Give her the price for this. We do the oxidation removal. After we did the house wash she didn't pay for about a day or so. Then I started the oxidation removal section of it to make sure that I was going to work. I told her, hey, look, before we can get done with the rest of this, we need this paid. Okay, we need the house wash paid for before we can do the rest of the oxidation. She hears that. Okay, fine. She finally pays that. Okay, cool. Now we get done with the oxidation. Now it's time to stain the deck. She didn't pay there. I'm just like, you playing with me now? Like, what's going on? You know, she's freaking out. Just a terrible customer to work with, man. I tell her, look, the stain's in. If you want this deck stained, you have to pay us what you owe as far as the oxidation removal at this point. Cool. We go ahead and stain the deck. We knock out the deck, and I send her a final invoice for the payment. Tell her everything's good. We do a walkthrough. She sees it. Everything's all good. I left. I went back home, you know, all business, on to the next project. I sent her the message the next day, no payment. Okay, hey, just curious, did you get the invoice? No response. Second day, just reaching out to see what the situation is with this. When can we expect payment? No response. Third day, no response. So at this point, I'm just like, okay, now you're playing that BS. All right, and look, all these three signs, I know it's not that eligible up here, but that's what I just went over in the beginning of this video. She exhibited all three of those signs, okay? Every single one of them. Not only that, she wanted us to do additional work for free, okay? There was a small piece of wood or whatever the case may be. I did go ahead and stain that for her for no additional charge. We cleaned and stained it. It was probably about 15 minutes of my time or whatever. Not a big deal, but she also wanted a lattice put up on the deck. All right, we put the lattice up. I charge her, hey, look, you want me to put this up? It's gonna cost you about 300 bucks. I'll go get it. I'll do everything right. I'll put it up for you. You know, she freaks out. No, we don't 300 for a lattice. I'm just like, okay, well, get somebody else to do it. You know, and then she's like, oh, blah, 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 disappears on that. Long story short, she bought the lattice and I just tacked it on to the deck. It was a pretty small section, like a 6-foot section or whatever. Just tack it on for her for 40 bucks so she would just chill out. It wasn't until about 4 or 5 days later when I actually called her. I'm surprised because she picked up the phone. She picked up the phone and I said, hey, what's going on? We did the job last week. We still haven't received payment. We haven't even heard back from you. What's going on? She tells me, oh, I don't got the money in my bank account. You know, I'm waiting for it. It'll come, you know, X amount of days, yada, yada, yada. Really, this is unacceptable. And I don't think anybody in their right mind is going to buy a service that they can't afford, you know, and you got to understand that these people, and it sounds like really crazy, maybe even messed up, but they're a little loony, man. They're a little loony. Some of these people out there in this world, they are really a little bit loony, okay? They are not organized in their own mind, which means that you, as a contractor, you, somebody that's connecting yourselves with them, doing work for them, you're gonna run into these same problems dealing with them, okay? Their distress is going to cause you distress. You have to watch out for these people. Again, all money is not good money. I'd rather not do that job next time than to deal with the nonsense. You know, sometimes this one turned out well. She paid when she said she was going to pay in the future. Everything was cool. But there's situations where somebody might not pay in the future. They might just disappear on you completely. All right, you got to be mindful of these people and mindful of these situations to avoid them. I had another customer doing a large brick paver stamped concrete sealing job, wash and seal, you know, run of the mill stuff that we do. This was over, I mean, it was a couple thousand square feet, maybe even a bit more, and the total price for that job was around 6 or 7K or something like that. The dude wanted me to bring all the supplies, do the whole set. There's 3 phases of this work. He wanted me to do the wash and the sanding without giving me a dime. Okay, wanted to give me a cashier's check or something like that. And I was just like, hey, look, buddy, this is the rules. You signed the contract. This is what it says right here. How are you not paying attention and doing what you're supposed to do at this point? And the guy is a hot shot in the area, big investor in the area, got a lot of money, and quite frankly, treated people like crap. He treated his staff like crap, tried to treat me like crap, but I'm sorry, I don't play that shit. But the guy used his money. He tried to use his money to leverage people to do things that they necessarily didn't want to do. In his eyes, he's protecting himself, but in my eyes, I have to protect myself as well. I'm not gonna buy $2 grand worth of material to show up and do it just for you not to pay me. That's insane. But when you're young, dumb, and naive, you might think that, oh man, this is the big shot guy. Let me go ahead and take the risk, take the shot. No, it's not how it happens, okay? My mom told me a long time ago, how a relationship starts is how it finishes, all right? For real. That lady was crazy distressed. She slow paid me at the beginning, and she slow paid me to the end. All right, this happened multiple times. A customer makes you sandwiches at the beginning of the job, they'll probably make you a sandwich on the last day of the job. All right, they're just good people. That's just how it works. That's just how we're programmed, man. And you have to be aware of the psychology and the mental state of people if you're going to be doing business with people on scale. All right, that way you can see a psychopath or you can recognize a psychopath when you see them. But enough of that nonsense. I wanted to keep this one a little short, so let's wrap this up. Look, the solutions to the problem. Number one, just walk away, okay? If you don't need the job, if you have a pipeline full of jobs, if you have more leads coming in, you know, walk away. Don't even do the work for them, okay? Like some customers, I never used to get it before. Oh, you know, the contractor ghosted me after he did the yada, yada, yada. Yeah, it's because you're problematic, okay? And your job is problematic. And I'm in the business of solving problems, but problems that I want to fix. Okay, I don't want to fix every single problem in the world. Some problems are unfixable, okay, because it's a problem in the person's head. Okay, you got to be mindful of that stuff. Walk away from the jobs. Price it super high. If you know that this person's going to be a headache, at least price it to where you're comfortable dealing with their stuff. Okay, because if I price something at a friendly price and now this person's giving me a headache, I'm mad. I'm kicking myself. It's just a bad time while I'm doing this job. But if I price it sky high and they want to be a pain in the butt, I'm gonna be like, yes, Mr. Customer, pay me my money. You know, that's all that's all there is to it. You gotta weigh the pros and cons of the situation and act accordingly. Now, another one, collect early, 50% before the job starts even. That's what some people do. 25% after the first day work, depending on the service that you do. Make sure that you have that money coming in, because there's nothing worse than being in a situation. I've dealt with this where you collected on this job, something popped up. Now you didn't collect enough. You know, now you got to come out your own pocket or pick something from somewhere else, and it's like that's a headache. You do not want to do that. Make sure that these 50%, 25%, all those clauses are in your contract, and that they see them, that you mention them to them verbatim while you're speaking. Okay, so they don't forget, because again, people ain't gonna read your contract, bro. They're just not gonna read your contract, especially if you're dealing with foreigners who English is not their first language. They don't wanna read that. They're looking at you and they're talking to you, and that's what they're gonna take. And the last one, just don't be friendly with your customers. I'm not saying be a pain in the butt to them. Don't be rude or disrespectful, but understand that you have to keep that line, that fine line between business and friendship. Okay, I'm not gonna answer a call from my customer when it's past my business hours, you know, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. I'm not gonna deal with you unless it's a special situation. All right, I'm not gonna be. It's just I'm a businessman. I have to you have to disconnect yourself from your business, okay? If you do that, the sooner you do that, the faster you'll be able to avoid these issues, okay? That's what I learned early on. And when you're solo, yeah, it's me, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm doing it. You're proud of the fact that you're wearing all the hats. Guess what? People will take advantage of the fact that you're wearing all the hats. If they know that you are the back office, you're delivering the products, you're the legal team, and they sense a little bit of weakness or lack of education in you, the sharks will take advantage of that. Thankfully, there's a lot more good people out there than bad people in my experience, but all it takes is that one bad apple to ruin the bunch. That's all I got for this one, man. I hope that you found this video helpful. I hope that you found it useful. Pay attention, man. Watch out for these things. And again, you don't got to hold your shield up and just block all the customers that you see. That's not really the case here. But understand, when people start showing these signs, when they're mentally distressed, when they call you, when you pick them up, when they're literally walking around moping like this, like watch out for people who have mental issues, because these are going to be the people that are going to cause you issues in your business. Just like how a homeowner would hate to hire a contractor with a mental issue, and there's a lot of these guys around here too, man. I was working on a job site and the dude scammed a customer while I was there. It was crazy. It was wild because I went to high school with this guy. I know him, but he knew me. But regardless, both sides of this fence, there's this the insane person, man. You gotta watch out for the insane person. I appreciate you watching this video. Hit the like button, subscribe, join the community of future 1%ers and other people trying to get this freedom, man. Keep hustling, stay strong, peace.